I'm going to do a very quick product review of the Dyson AM09 Hot and Cool Room Fan. So we received this in the mail today, and I'm going to show you the contents of the package, and then we'll do a quick review of all of the features of this particular fan. When the fan arrived via FedEx, it actually arrived just like this. You can see the shipping label down here, but it's sealed in plastic, so I'm going to go ahead and take a knife and just carefully get rid of this plastic layer here. And then we'll go ahead, there's a tape seal on here. And let's go ahead and see what's inside. So first thing, we have our package information. This is all sealed. Seems to be very well packaged. This looks like the base, so there must be some assembly required. And then here is the main fan. So just a real quick review. Here we have our fan. The cord is in the box. There's another piece which looks like it's probably the base, and then the instruction manual. So those are the only items contained in this particular Dyson product. First thing I'm going to do is actually open up the manual here and see what we have and see what it tells us to do here. See, there's the envelope for the warranty to mail back, and then so the assembly instructions here says remove the remote control docks magnetically. Looks like you just push it on the base, put it on the base, and then click and turn it in. So let's go ahead and do that and get this thing assembled. So pull the power cord out here. Nice thick power cord. Here's the fan. And open this up real quick. Looks like here we have the base, and then the remote control is right in there. So I'll go ahead and open this up also. So here's the base, has a little bit of shipping tape on it. So let's go ahead and remove the remote. And we'll just set this down here, and then we'll put the fan on the base. Like there's really any trick to this, so we'll just go ahead and put this on here, and we will turn it till it clicks. There you go. So we'll go ahead and undo the twist tie on the cord. And it looks like a pretty decent cord length. I would estimate that to be at least about 4 feet. So that's good if you want to put this on a nightstand or something. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to take a look at the manual here and see what we need to do next. Looking at the instruction manual here, it looks like we have about 2 pages of warnings and risks, safety features. You can go ahead and take a look at that. It does say for best performance, place on the floor in the corner of a room at least 1 meter or 3 feet away from any wall and facing the center of the room. And then we'll go ahead and plug it in. Okay, I plugged it in, and it is ready to go here, so let's take a look at what the instructions say next. It does say that each time the heating mode is selected, it conducts a short calibration cycle. Airflow will be automatically controlled during the cycle. Once the calibration cycle is complete, it will revert to the selected airspeed flow. So when it looks like when you turn this on and put it in the heat mode, it doesn't heat up right away. It goes through a calibration cycle. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and push the power button and turn it on. The instructions say in the first use, this machine will default to a temperature 5 degrees higher than the detected room temperature. Thereafter, the machine will remember the last target temperature as well. So it says right at the bottom there, I don't know how we can read it, it's 77 degrees. That actually is 5 degrees warmer than what our room temperature is, because we have our air conditioner set at 72 degrees currently. Okay, so right now it's still set at 77 degrees, and you can see right next to the temperature it's actually illuminated red. So it is actually kicking out heat, and quite frankly it's kicking out quite a bit of heat. I'm sitting probably a good 4 to 5 feet away from the fan at this point, and it is blowing at me, and I can feel it pretty well, pretty easily. Okay, let's go ahead and change this to the cooling mode. So I'm going to press and hold the button here. You can see it's running through the temperature settings here. So now that it has gotten below the actual room temperature, the heating element has actually shut off. So I'm going to use the remote control here, and I'm going to put it on the cooling setting. So I'm going to use this button right here and put it on cool. So now it's actually blowing cool air at us. So right now you can see that it's set at 0.1. That's fan speed setting 0.1. I'm going to use my remote here. Sorry, it's not focusing real well. So I'm going to go ahead and click up. So that's fan setting 2. Click up. Fan setting 3. Click up. Fan setting 4. So that's actually moving quite a substantial amount of air on fan setting 10, and that is the highest setting that it goes. And quite frankly, it's actually fairly quiet. It's probably not much more loud than our ceiling fan when we have that on the high speed setting. I'm just going to show you here. So right now, and again, I've only had this out of the box for about 5 minutes, so I'm sort of reading the instructions as we go here. But right now it's actually in the heating mode, and it's currently set at 72 degrees, which is the air temperature in the room. So if you want to adjust that higher, you're going to click up on the remote control with the red button. So we'll go ahead and click it. So now it's up, the red light kicks on, so it's actually producing heat at this point. Again, you can adjust your temperature, 76, 75, 74. So right now, again, the air conditioner is set right at about 30 or 72, 73 degrees. So if the air temperature drops much lower, the fan will actually kick on and produce heat. So then I'm going to switch it back to the cool mode, and when you get it on the cool mode, it goes back and reverts to your fan settings. So then over here on the left side of your remote, you have your fan speed settings that you can adjust up and down. A couple other buttons we have on the remote. We have the timer button down here, and again I'll read through that and figure out how that works. It has an oscillation button, so I'll go ahead and push that, and now you can see that it will... Oh, I'm sorry, that is the diffuse personal and heating modes. This button right here provides a narrower angle. This button, the two arrows, is actually the oscillation mode. So again, look at the instructions. So this button down here is diffused heating or diffuse cooling, where the air is actually more dispersed. This one here, it's more personalized, so the air setting is narrower. And then this button right here controls your oscillation mode. One of the other features on this particular device is you can change the angle. It doesn't have a mechanical setting, so you basically just have to change it manually. So you can select it up or down, whatever your preference is. So that probably wouldn't be too bad. So for instance, right now, I have this on the floor. Our bed is behind us, and if you were going to lay in bed and wanted the fan and the air directed up, you could just manually adjust it this way. Okay, so I spent probably about 10 or 15 minutes just sort of playing with the fan here a little bit. Really, there's only about 2 pages worth of actual instructions. It seems pretty intuitive, pretty self-explanatory. So I believe that this seems to be a very, very high quality product. Anything Dyson typically is. We have a couple Dyson vacuum cleaners. We've had them for 5 years now, and they still work like the day that we purchased them. So I think this is a very high quality product. I would certainly highly recommend, if you're considering purchasing one of these, you certainly get what you pay for, so that, you're paying for a very high quality item, and this certainly fits that description. So thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best.